All right, so now let's get started on the top 10 tips that I have to really boost your confidence. And trust me, I was scared shitless. Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. Chen Yang here, and I hope you're doing well. So if you're new here, I run the Level Up Academy program where we work with females all over the world to build their dream bodies, their confidence, and to essentially enable them to find food freedom and really live a balanced, holistic, and just wholesome life. So welcome. And something that we work closely with our clients on is building confidence. And I know it's something that a lot of people do ask, like, how do I build more confidence? Because honestly, I think confidence is like the best superpower that we could ever have, okay? It honestly is going to elevate all areas of your life in terms of your personal life, career, your social life, your relationships. Being able to have confidence really is going to enable you to get the most out of your life, right? To take on new experiences, to put your hands up for opportunities. But it is also something that I recognize a lot of us are lacking due to maybe insecurities, a lack of self-belief, limiting beliefs, and it's something that I know really does affect a lot of us females. So today we're going to go through my top 10 tips and advice that I'd give my past self and what I've learned throughout my own journey of like personal development, and I hope that it really helps you to essentially get you on that road of building that self-confidence and that self-belief. So firstly, what is confidence? Confidence in yourself involves being able to trust yourself, knowing your own strengths, weaknesses, your own skills, and also being able to show up for yourself. It's important that we know what confidence is, because in order to obviously gain it and to build it, we really need to have a good, deep understanding of what it is first. Now, if we look at the majority of people these days, we all live somewhat in auto drive, right? We get up, we do the exact same things, we go to work, maybe, we have like 5 minutes in the morning to quickly rush in to get a meal. We head to work, then we come back home after a commute, we're tired, we perhaps order in some food, we don't really look out for our nutrition, we sort of neglect it, we neglect, our maybe like personal time and personal health. And then for the rest of the few hours that we do have left of our day, we binge watch some reality TV show, and then that's our day wrapped up. And then most of us are sitting there wishing that we had a bit more confidence. There are all these things that we want to do in our lives. I wish I could have a better body. I wish I had more energy. I wish I could get better sleep. We are constantly wishing, but we never put down the actions that are required to actually achieve those wishes. Now, wishing for confidence is not just going to give you confidence. We need to put in actions, but sometimes it is like, well, what actions can I put in place? So if you are currently waking up and maybe snoozing your alarm, saying you're going to get to the gym, but you never really make it, saying that you're going to work on nutrition, tidy up your diet, and actually eat things that are going to be beneficial for your health, your energy, and your longevity and your goals, but you then end up caving in and overindulging on chocolate bars and protein bars and then pizza, you're not really setting yourself up for success in terms of building confidence. When you tell yourself you're going to do something and you constantly fail at doing so, you're literally self-sabotaging your own self-confidence and belief. Imagine this. You have a friend who's telling you, hey, we're going to do that like trust test, right? Like that falling test, and I'm going to catch you, so just fall back on me. And you try it out, you fall back and your friend doesn't catch you. What's going to happen to your confidence in them? And then perhaps you try again. Hey, mate, I'm going to catch you. You fall back, they don't catch you, and you fall again. What's going to happen with your confidence in them and your belief in them? It's not going to be there, right? You're not going to trust them. This is the same when you tell yourself you're going to do something and you don't show up. You're breaking that confidence in yourself. You cannot expect yourself to have confidence if you don't put in the work, okay? So I know that sounds harsh, but I think sometimes we need that tough love. We need to hear that. And also, do you think that people who have confidence nowadays, right now, were just born that way? No. We all went through phases when we had no confidence, no self-belief, right? Different things happen in our lives that really kind of dragged us down and that got us in a position where we are just lacking that belief in ourselves, where we perhaps look in the mirror and we're like, oh, I don't like what I see easy, and therefore that translates into what we do in everyday life. We don't put our hands up for opportunities because we're like, oh, well, don't really believe in myself. I probably won't be able to do it. And I don't really want people to hand me out. I probably don't have anything important to say. So then if we look at all of this, how can we actually build our confidence, right? I'll go through now my top 10 tips and things that obviously I would tell myself. Now, before I go into this, we are offering a few limited spaces now to join the LUA Level Up Academy before the end of this year. So listen up, if you have already tried to start your fitness journey and perhaps you feel like you're running in circles, but you have already put in some effort, that shows that you've been proactive and that you do have a very strong will to make a change and to improve your life, to improve your confidence. Now, I'm offering a few limited spaces for a 6-week Kickstarter program. This is 6 weeks where we're really going to dial into your current habits, your current beliefs, your goals, and how to really give you that boost, okay? And this is only for people who have already tried to make a start, okay? We want people who are proactive. We want people who have already given some effort and taken action for themselves. So if this sounds like you and for some reason you're just still struggling to see results or to see progress at the rate that you'd like to, this 6-week boost is for you. Let me know over on Instagram, DM me 6-week Kickstarter, and I will send you all the details. There are limited spaces just because we are all about quality over quantity of people that we are helping. We want to make a change and we know that we do have the cap limits. So if you're interested, make sure you pop me a DM right now, pause this video, send me a DM over on Instagram, that's czia.fit, and then come back to this. All right, so now let's get started on the top 10 tips that I have to really boost your confidence. Number 1 is build new skills. Get uncomfortable. We as humans are wired towards comfort, but comfort does not allow you to grow, nor does it build confidence. When we start mastering things that we're not good at, that we're not skilled at, that is what builds you confidence, because you start realizing, oh my gosh, there are all these things that I could never do and now I've been able to master them. So stop avoiding things that you're bad at, start doing more things that you're bad at, and do it often until you're no longer bad at them. Number 2 is get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Start doing things that push you outside of your comfort zone. Start small, start stacking small habits one at a time, small wins, okay? Small steps into the right direction. For example, if you've just started at the gym and you feel like that's a very uncomfortable environment, good. Now, you know, when we first enter the gym, when anyone starts their fitness journey, they don't know how to use the equipment, right? Like we all start as beginners, but it's just those small steps, getting used to one equipment, then the next, acing one exercise, and then adding another one that's really going to build so much confidence in you. And it's going to make that uncomfortable environment and perhaps that uncomfortable step into this newfound territory comfortable. And then it's going to become, you know, the usual. When you do things that scare you, you prove to yourself that you can do more. You prove to yourself that the things that used to scare you don't scare you anymore. And look, that builds so much confidence. When I first started my fitness journey, oh my gosh, I was scared shitless. When I quit my corporate job, if you guys have been following me for a while, I quit that job to start online coaching, to build my own business, to make the impact that I want to make, to live a fulfilling life. And trust me, I was scared shitless. Like that was uncomfortable, okay? Because that corporate job was very comfortable. It wasn't easy, but you know, it was an easier life in the fact that there was security. I didn't have to wake up every day thinking about what I had to do, manage my own time, thinking about what would happen if this didn't work, right? Because my job was there. It was always going to give me X figures each day, right? Regardless of how I showed up. It was guaranteed that I had a job there and I had a position and I was going to get paid. But it wasn't fulfilling, and I knew that, and I was like, if I want to make a change, I need to step out of my comfort zone and I need to take a risk. I told myself, like, if I give myself no other choice but to succeed, I'm going to succeed, okay? So if there's something that is scaring you right now, something that's making you uncomfortable, know that you are literally on the edge of complete change in your life, okay? You are growing right now. You're gonna have so much growth coming because you're on the edge of discomfort. So really, really lean into this, because that again is going to build you so much confidence. Number 3 is be open to conversations and making new connections. I know that when we have little confidence, the last thing we want to do is go out and to speak to new people, right? To make new connections, because it's really scary. And usually when you have low confidence, you're also a bit more socially anxious, right? Like I know that that I used to be very anxious around social situations, and I wasn't really the best at environments where I did have to like meet new people, or, you know, to be the first to say hi. If I was going to some event or some party and if I didn't know anyone, I probably just wouldn't go, because that's freaking scary, right? Because I lacked confidence. But what actually helped me was being like, okay, that's an environment where I know no one. You know what? I'm gonna actually get my ass there. And as uncomfortable as it may be at the start, I'm gonna use this environment to practice just making new connections, saying hi to someone that I don't know, and I'm just gonna see how I go. And maybe the first few conversations are gonna be a bit awkward because I'm standing there being like, hi, how are you? What's your name? But practice makes perfect, okay? And the more opportunities you give yourself to make those new connections, the better you're going to be at them. And that is going to, again, build you your confidence. Number 4 is stop aiming for perfection, okay? Perfection does not exist. It holds us back so many times, okay? Progress over perfection is something that we really preach with our clients, because if you're aiming for perfection, you're never going to get started, and you're not going to give yourself the opportunity to make mistakes and to grow and learn from them. Look, if I had strived for perfection, I wouldn't be here right now. I would not be making this video. None of my videos would be online right now, okay? Because trust me, the amount of times I've edited my videos or played back through them and I'm like, oh my gosh, that was so cringe, or I really could have articulated that better. That thumbnail needs changing. Oh my gosh, my hair. What is my hair doing there? Oh my gosh, my makeup's all over the place. Oh my gosh, I look so tight. I really probably should have like actually brushed my hair and put on some makeup before I did that vlog, because I look disastrous. If I had let those imperfections stop me, this video would not be here. I would not be here. My business would not be here. I would not have made the impact that I could have made, and I would not be living a life that really makes me so happy every day, right? And I definitely would not have the confidence that I do have now in front of the camera to speak to you if I had not just been like, let me just get this video out and whatever. It's not perfect, but I just need to get it out. The first time I picked up a camera to speak, trust me, that was terrifying. I was like, this is so weird and so awkward. Like, I'm just sat by myself speaking to a camera and filming myself. Like, that's so cringe. Trust me, that's what I thought. And sometimes I still go through that process where I'm like, why am I doing this? This is so weird. Like, this is far from perfect. There are so many more things that I want to do to make my videos better. But look, life is a constant process of reiterations, of becoming better. Okay, it's a journey. You can always be better, but if you're gonna let that stop you, you're not gonna get anywhere. And the way to build confidence is actually to see yourself making this progress, right? To be able to look back at how you performed before, or your thinking patterns before, look at your old habits and to be like, oh my gosh, I made so much progress here. That builds confidence. Perfection doesn't build confidence. It's the journey and it's the progress that builds your confidence. Same thing with your fitness journey, you know, like so many of our ladies, they've built their confidence so much, but it's not really just by having their dream bodies now, but it's the process that they went through. If they could have taken a magic pill just to have their dream bodies, I really doubt they would have the confidence that they do have now. Same thing with me. If I had just like had a pill and then woke up the next day and been like, oh my God, dream body, I probably wouldn't have the confidence I have nowadays, because it's the process that has taught me this confidence, that's given me this confidence. It's the amount of times that maybe I failed and I made a mistake and I slipped up and then I had to pick myself back up. That's what builds confidence, okay? So stop striving for perfection. Perfection is not going to bring you confidence. Imperfection is going to bring you confidence. Number 5 is creating consistency by forming a routine, okay? Having a routine is going to remove decision fatigue. It's gonna make the things that you need to get done so much easier. It's gonna help you with time management, and with better time management, you're going to be able to fit in the things that you wanna get done towards your goals, both your career goals, your personal goals, your fitness goals, and that's going to help you create consistency. Now, with consistency, that's where you build confidence, right? Because as I said, when you can show up for yourself and know that you can trust yourself on your own words, you're going to build confidence in yourself. When you tell yourself you're going to do something, but you can't create that consistency and you just really struggle with that routine, that's really going to do a lot in terms of hindering your confidence, because, you know, you tell yourself you're going to do something and you don't get it done and you're like, oh crap, there we go again. It's an endless battle. So really focus on ingraining a routine, finding something that works for you. Again, this is why when we speak to our clients, we tell them it's about meeting them where they're at. It's about setting realistic expectations and a realistic routine that they can stick to. I think a lot of us go into our fitness journeys or other things in life with a very high expectation, almost unrealistic expectation, right? We see something maybe like glamorized on social media, maybe something else that someone else is doing, perhaps a fitness influencer who literally lives their life and revolves their life around fitness, how they look, and we almost like copy and paste that onto ourselves. But we have to understand that's not realistic, because you may be a mother. A lot of our clients are mothers. Maybe you're a student who's trying to work and save up and also study at the same time. You have other responsibilities, right? So your number one priority is not the gym or your nutrition. It's a very important factor in your life that benefits you, but it's not the only thing you have on your plate. So it's important to put that into, perspective and to take that into consideration when you form your routine, when you create, maybe your workout program, or when you have your coach working with you, making sure that your coach is aware of your needs, your responsibilities, your time commitments, so that you have a plan that you can stay consistent to, because that is going to build your confidence. Now, number 6 is taking care of yourself and looking after your body and your mind. This isn't superficial, but when you actually like the way you look and how you present yourself, you're going to have more confidence. Like, let's be honest, when you look in the mirror and you're like, fuck yeah, I love how I look, this dress looks amazing on me, I feel good, you're going to have confidence, and that is going to help you again in other areas of your life. If you can look in the mirror and be like, yes, you're going to be able to get up in front of your colleagues and be like, yes, I'm ready to speak, look at me, because there is nothing else that's stopping me. I know so many of our clients have said on their initial calls with me, I've realized that I hold myself back at work, not because I don't have anything to say, but because I just don't want people to look at me, because I feel like there are, my shirt's a bit too tight, my skirt's a bit too tight, and I just don't feel too comfortable. So when I actually voice my opinions, I know that everyone's going to be looking at me, and that makes me really uncomfortable. Okay, so when you actually can take care of how you look and how you feel, those two are very closely related, that's going to really boost your confidence. Okay, and how can we take care of how we look and how we feel? Well, our health and well-being, like actually looking out for our nutrition, making sure that we're fueling our bodies in a way that's going to align with our goals and how we want to feel, right? Getting those workouts in, actually working on those fitness goals of ours rather than putting it to the side because we think we don't have enough time, because our career's number one priority, our children number one priority. Yes, those things are very important. And you know what? When you work on yourself, when you have more confidence, you're going to show up better in your career. We've got clients who have been getting promotions since joining because they have more confidence, We have mothers who have more energy and they're showing up with more conviction with their children. They are confident in how they're raising them now. They want their children to look at them as those role models. So now they're working on themselves, right? So it's so important to understand that all of this does come hand in hand. So if you care about your career and you care about your children, your partner, your relationships, then you need to start working on yourself, and you need to start giving a shit about how you present yourself, how you look, and how you feel, and being able to improve that. Number 7 is envisioning the best version of yourself and acting as that best version, even if you're not quite there yet, okay? So for example, really ask yourself, what does the best version of myself look like and feel? What are her daily habits? How does she speak? How does she carry herself? How does she dress? Who are the people that she surrounds herself with? What does her life look like from the moment she gets up to the moment she puts herself back to bed, okay? So in the morning, she has energy. She gets up with enough time to go out for a walk, to get some water in, to make her breakfast and actually sit and have her breakfast, right? She goes to work with energy. She is confident in herself. She walks into the office or, into the hospital with so much conviction. She knows exactly what she's going to tackle that day, and she knows that whatever's thrown her way, she's ready for it, right? She goes home and she has her meals there. She has the groceries done. It's all there for her. She's going to get that workout in, and she knows exactly what she's going to do at the gym because she has a plan there already. She goes home, she has her meals, she tidies up, and, she has her little routine already, and then she's off to bed, ready for a good night's sleep, right? So what does the best version of you look like? And let's start envisioning her, and let's start acting like her. At the same time, if there's something holding you back or you're trying to make a decision, ask yourself, what would the best version of myself do? So for example, you've gone home and you're like, oh, I really cannot be asked getting myself to the gym right now. I'm a bit tired, it's a bit cold. I kind of just want to order that pizza and binge watch some Netflix and then head to bed. Ask yourself, what would the best version of myself do right now? If the best version of you wouldn't do that, don't do that. If the best version of you is going to get herself up and into the gym, she's going to face that inner voice saying, don't do it. And she's going to go seek that delayed gratification and to work on those long-term goals. If that's who that ideal version of you would do and act, then be that girl right now, today. Number 8 is stop procrastinating. Do you think the high performers, the athletes, those who are really confident in themselves, who have really built a life that they are thriving from, procrastinate the tasks that they don't want to do? We all have tasks that we do not want to do. And the difference between someone who is confident and goes out and smashes their goals versus someone who perhaps is going to continue lacking that self-confidence is whether you procrastinate on those things that you don't want to do, or you just get up and get it done anyways because, hey, you know that I need to get it done. This task has to be done, so why not just get it done now rather than sitting and waiting for it to be done? Because I'm going to have to get it done, so let's just get it done now. Do it now. It's like Nike, just do it now. Do it. Do it right now. If you, constantly say tomorrow or next Monday, next next year, I'll start on my fitness journey next year, I'll do this tomorrow, on Sunday, on Monday. You're going to continue saying that because it's a habit. You've ingrained that habit, and every time you procrastinate, you're delaying your own progress and you're ingraining this habit of procrastinating. So stop being that person, okay? Because look, how annoying is it, for example, if you had a friend in your life who's like, oh, I'll make those dinner reservations tomorrow, and then tomorrow happens, you're like, oh, I'll make it tomorrow again. And they keep saying that, and then it's like, oh crap, there's no room anymore, I'll wait for the next week. Or perhaps your partner keeps talking about some lovely date that he's gonna book for you guys together, a couples retreat, and it just never happens because they're the type of people who go, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it tomorrow, I can't wait to do this, I can't wait to do this. Well, why don't you just do it now, right? So don't be that person to yourself, because I think it's so easy to not show up for ourselves, to say, I'll do it later, I'll do it later, I'll do it later. And you know what happens? Never end up doing it. It's the same with our fitness journeys. I'll start soon, I'll start soon, I'll start tomorrow, I'll reach out next year. A lot of my current clients have said, oh, I thought about joining a whole year ago, and I'm like, why didn't you reach out? Oh, I told myself I'd do it tomorrow and I just didn't, right? We all do that. I was the same. So it's about getting out of our own way. Stop procrastinating, feeling better. Stop procrastinating, being more confident. Start now, start today. Number 9 is step away from your ego, okay? We, I think, all suffer from this, right? We kind of want to be able to say like we were all self-made, we know everything there is to know, there's nothing that we're bad at, but let go of the ego. The ego is the enemy. If you haven't read that book, really highly recommend it, but the ego is the enemy. Step away from it. Acknowledge that you don't know everything, okay? Acknowledge that you are not experienced in everything, that you are not an expert in everything, and acknowledge the fact that you can really learn from everyone around you. Ground yourself. There will be areas in your life where you just don't know anything about and you're not great at, right? If it's your fitness journey, you are not going to have expertise in that because perhaps you've never really dived into educating yourself and that's not really your field. That's okay. You know, I get asked a lot, you know, as a coach, why do you have a coach? It's something I really pride myself on, actually, like having mentors and coaches and really just investing into myself above anything else. And the reason is, like, I know enough already, but I also acknowledge that there is probably more that I don't know, right? Because I don't know what I don't know, right? We are limited by what we know, but the ceiling is so much higher, but we don't know where that ceiling is because unless we can get there or we have someone to show us that, we're not going to know. And therefore I invest into coaches and mentors because I recognize that they're perhaps an expert in different areas that I wouldn't have any idea of. And I want someone there from an outside point of view to stretch me further, to push me further, right? To make sure that I always hold myself up to standards higher than what I would have done previously. For them to actually hold me to higher standards that I would hold myself, because we are always going to self-sabotage at times, right? We're going to have those self-limiting beliefs, and it's important to have someone in our lives to ask better questions, to really challenge our own thinking. And that's also the same with our clients. Like, you know, I see that a lot of our clients, they come in with a body transformation goal, which is very normal, and then they stay for way longer because they've reached that goal, but they realize like, oh my gosh, I built so much confidence that I want to continue working on myself, and I know there are all these things that I can continue improving on, and I don't know what I don't know, but I know that when I have the right support system around me, when I have these coaches, they're going to stretch my potential and they're really going to enable me to grow, right? So it's that like growth mindset rather than that kind of mindset around comfort and just being content. I think, you know, life is so short. It's so important that we continue growing and expanding our own knowledge, expanding our own limits, because there is no limit to our potential. It's all in our head. And if we have someone by us to push us, honestly, like the amount that you're going to experience from life, yeah, I'm a big believer that it's so important to invest in yourself. And I'm a big believer that we really need to step away from our egos and just like lean into the fact that we do not know everything. And finally, number 10 is being able to set better personal boundaries and sticking to them. So learning how to say no, something I really struggle with because I just used to be such a big people pleaser, and I was always just scared of like, oh, if I say no, they'll think I'm boring, I'm not gonna make friends, you know, I'm gonna miss out on things, FOMO. But what I realized was being able to say no is like the most empowering thing ever, but it's also you putting yourself first, right? You putting yourself in the driver's seat of your life. If you constantly just go with the flow and you become a sheep, then someone else is driving your life. You're not driving your life. You're letting your colleague who's telling you, hey, let's just go for drinks, don't go to the gym, come out and have food with us and some beers. You're letting them drive your life. And look, like if you know you're destined for more, then you need to start taking control of your life, because you're not going to go anywhere when someone else is driving the car of your life, right? Like if you think about your life as a journey and the vehicle is you and your body and who you are, if someone else is driving that, they get to dictate where that goes, and most likely it's just going to go where they go or where they want you to go. If you sit in the driver's seat, you can choose where you want to go. There are so many routes, all these maps. You decide where you want to go, when you want to make a left turn, when you want to make a right turn, when when you want to pause, when you want to accelerate, when you want to pull back and relax a little, right? You take full control. So learn how to say no, set those personal boundaries, know what your non-negotiables are, okay? And know that when you politely say no, no one's gonna take offense. If they take offense and they judge you, then they're probably not the most beneficial people in your life, and they probably don't value you as just you. Honestly, like when I started saying no to just like all these nights out drinks, I used to be a massive drinker. I did lose quite a few friends, but what I realized was now in hindsight, those friends were only there because I was out clubbing with them every Friday, Saturday, Thursday. And when I was no longer doing the same things as them and getting completely wasted and wasting my weekend, wasting time to do more productive things with my life to feel better, to improve on myself, they also stopped inviting me. They stopped actually connecting with me. And then I realized we didn't really have much to connect over besides the fact that we could all scull some vodka, some tequila, you know? So it's important to recognize that when you start working on yourself and you start setting better boundaries and being able to say no and you start growing, your circle is going to change, and you may lose some people, but you're also going to gain so many people into your life that push you further and to push you to grow and become better. That's what I've realized, like the amount of people that have now come into my life who are like-minded, growth-minded, the conversations are different. They're so different. They're inspiring. They make me become a better person, you know, and that is so important. So recognize what your values are, set some personal boundaries there, really stick to them, and learn how to say no, because that's going to really empower you. And again, when you have control over your life and you feel empowered, that's going to build confidence, okay? So I hope that these 10 tips helped. I know it was quite long and there's probably a lot going on there, but you know, if I was to look back at my past self, the girl who used to have such bad social anxiety, who wouldn't go out because she couldn't find a dress that she liked, that she didn't feel good in her own body, she would stutter a lot because she just didn't have much confidence in what she was saying, and she was questioning every second word that was coming out of her mouth, who struggled to say no, who would just go and binge drink because, to be fair, that built confidence, being able to be completely drunk in a social situation, but that's not really, you know, a remedy. Alcohol is really just a plaster over a underlying problem, which is why are you lacking so much confidence that you have to drink in order to feel somewhat confident in a social setting. But coming from that place, these are all the tips and things that I wish someone would have told me to start ingraining into my own life, because it really has helped me. And honestly, like, I can truly say now that I'm living a life that is so congruent with my own values, and I have so much confidence and self-belief in what I want to do. And I'm not going to say like things don't scare me, because yeah, I still get nervous sometimes. That's completely normal. But I think when you have confidence, it's then being able to be nervous about something but still continue to do it anyways, and to still be able to trust yourself, to be able to show up and get something done to your best abilities, because you have trust in yourself. You know you've done things that have scared you before and you were fine and you lived through it, right? So step out of your comfort zone. If you're still here, step out of this comfort zone, write down all these things, pick 2 things that you're going to work on before the end of this year. We have less than just over 10 weeks left of 2022. I want you to enter 2023 feeling completely different in your confidence, okay? Even if that's just at 1% better, even if you've just made one new connection, or you've been able to say no once in an environment that didn't serve you, to put yourself first, that is progress, okay? So I want you to commit to this. Tell the universe what you're committing to. Drop it in the comments below to really be able to commit to it. I think it's so much easier to commit to something when you tell others about it, because then you stay accountable to everyone else. So stay accountable to me, stay accountable to this YouTube community. Pop it in the comments below and let us know how you get on by 2023. Otherwise, I hope you have a lovely rest of your night or day wherever you are in the world. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a like and come and join the Instagram family if you haven't. That's czia.fit. Again, if you are needing just that extra boost, that help, that accountability support, maybe just the right plan in place, and you have already tried to start your fitness journey, you've already tried to build confidence, to work on yourself, your personal development, but you just haven't quite gotten there yet, or you haven't exactly seen the results that you really would have liked to, and you feel like maybe you're running in circles, but you have put in the effort, that is the key kind of phrase and theme here, then we would love to help you. We want to be able to help those who have been very proactive and have that will there already, who are going to put in the work, but just need the right support system in place, the right community. So pop me a DM over on Instagram. That's with 6-week Kickstarter, or whatever you want to message me, to be fair, and then we can have a little talk, see if we're a good fit, and go from there. Otherwise, have a lovely rest of your week, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.